Hey, this is Gilgamesh. I went and saw this movie on last Thursday because I saw the trailer and I was like, okay. So I saw the first showing on Thursday, and it's a slasher film with a chimpanzee. And what's like Jeremy John said, most of the characters are pretty one dimensional, and you really don't care what happens to them. They did use practical effects in this. I thought they used a real chimpanzee, and then I looked it up and it says no. The film Primate did not use a real chimp. It's for the main terrifying character. Yeah, it's played by. They used an actor, a rig. Right here it says no CGI. The filmmakers deliberately avoided heavy computer generated imagery for the chimp. Actor in a suit, actor Miguel Torres Omba wore a detailed chimp suit and prosthetics. So it was a person who literally played a chimp. Practical effects. The production relied on the practical suit, puppetry, and other physical efforts for realism. Authentic fear. The goal was to create a grounded, immediate, and unpredictable sense of horror for the actors. And yeah, okay, so they had an actor play and I wanted to because I thought they may have used a real chimpanzee. Nope, they used a man in a suit and animatronics and everything. So it's like, yeah, okay. Now here's the thing about the movie. We find out who Ben is, when we get to the house, and basically okay, this is. I'm trying to look. Okay, her first name is Johnny. Okay, that's a weird name for a woman to have. She's Lucy, one of Ben's own, a daughter Adam, and older sister Erin. Okay, okay. This is the father as a famous. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out. So let me look up her really quick. Is this, okay. She began acting Let me look at her. Doesn't say about her early life. Was born in Boise, spent her first name. It's really weird. Her first name is a guy's name. I'm puzzled by that. I didn't say much else about this person. Because it's weird. It's a weird name for a girl to have a guy's name. It is. Let me look up this person. Let me make sure I get the right spelling. The only reason I'm looking this up because I'm just curious because the name, it throws me off. There isn't any confirmation she identifies as transgender. However, online discussions mention her potentially being non-binary. Okay, that's the part. That's the problem. I mean, this is her right here. The problem is her name. That's why I was looking it up. It's a weird name that she has. Is a boy's name. Her name is what throws me off. That's why I wanted to look because Johnny is a boy's name. But her parents gave her a boy's name. That's not common. Let me just be sure. How common is it for girls? It's not really that common. I don't think girls called Johnny are uncommon but exist. Okay. I just wanted to look that up because I thought it was weird that her name is Johnny. I thought this was like the fault. No. Okay. Now, the thing is, it's where they did not film this. It looks like they filmed in Hawaii, but apparently they did not. I'm trying to figure out where they. I think they said they filmed in a film studio. Okay, filming started on stage in London set. Okay, so this was not actually filmed. It says filmed on set. The weird thing is, it looks like they're in Hawaii, which is where the movie's supposed to be set. But they say they did it in a stage. Wow, they really did a good job making that look like Hawaii. And here's the thing. It's just gotten started. It'll probably do better. Most of the characters in this movie are just, there's nothing to them. I mean, the father, we get that he's deaf and everything, and that he's a writer, and but they're just there to die yeah. And he gets rabies. We find out when that they find blood, and then we find that he was bit. There's a mongoose. And later the father's told on his phone, because he's deaf, remember, he's at a book signing, and he gets it from the vet saying that rabies. Father goes, "Are you sure?" He texts back saying, "Are you sure?" Because there's no case of rabies in Hawaii. They check. Problem is, Ben has rabies. And it shows, because he goes from nice and likable to, and suddenly, and the movie starts out, we see this, Rob Denley. Yeah, you'll recognize him. I was like, oh, that's Rob Delaney. Yeah, he plays this Dr. Doug, a veterinary. I'm telling you, the kills are fantastic in this movie. They are gruesome. And, after being bit by a rabid mongoose, and becomes feral. Okay. And what I'm about to say is so, because it brings up a real case of a woman got her face ripped off by a chimpanzee. In this, at the beginning of the movie, we see Rob Delaney. He's this Dr. Lambert, unaccredited, and he shows up to check on Ben because the father called him to come give him a shot and everything because he got bit. And when he shows up, he gets killed, and it's pretty gruesome. They show, Ben ripping his face off. Then that comes back later after, they meet Ben. He's like a little chimpanzee. Like I said, actor playing him. I did not know that. Pretty believable as a chimp. And then we come to the part where the father finds a dead mongoose. He has him, go get tested and everything. And he sees and that's why he calls this Dr. Lambert to give Ben a shot. But, and the father goes off, and he has this book, and then Ben goes crazy. They find that, that he's been, obviously there's blood, and then he goes batshit nuts. And this movie has some of the most, I'll just say this, gruesome kills I've seen in a while. Yeah, it is. Yeah, there's one particular scene comes right from Scream, and it does with the car. And you've seen the trailer where the chick runs in the car and she grabbed the wrong key, and she tries to make it to the actual car that's right next, but Ben comes out, and she locks and she's on the phone with the police, and all of a sudden, Ben's got the keys, he unlocks the thing, she's locking it, and then and this is just in the trailer, he opens the back, and then she's on the phone with the police and they're asking her what's going on. She doesn't know where she is, and they said, what's trying to kill you? And she goes, a chimpanzee, a monkey. And then we see Ben. We see what he does to her. It's gruesome. He beats a girl's head in with a rock. I mean, he bites Hannah in the not Hannah, but he. Okay, I'm trying to find her. Okay. The old Aaron. Aaron gets. Ben bites her in the leg, and she starts bleeding. And some of the and the movie. It's gruesome. The kills are good. The characters, most of them are, they exist for one thing, to get killed in this movie by this chimpanzee. I mean, play Ben. Oh my god, I actually wasn't bored with this movie, and there's okay, if you've seen Scream, you know the killer always comes back for one last, that's not giving anything away, that really isn't, because I'm not going to tell you what happens as far as, you know, that might or might not be in the movie, but if you just want to see a monkey kill people in gruesome ways, I mean, there's a scene with the door, it has this handle that you lift up to open it. And apparently, Ben being as strong as primates are, even chimpanzees, they could literally break your fucking arm, and that happens in the movie. Apparently, this chick who weighs less, that doesn't seem that, is able to keep Ben from opening the door by, you know, pulling the handle up and then open the door. I kid you not, that actually happens. And yeah. Is it great? No. Is it enjoyable? Yeah. If you want to see people die horribly, yeah. Are the characters, like I said, many of them boring and kind of are there just to die? Yeah. But we find out why Ben's there. It has to do with their mother who died from cancer. And yeah. And yeah, we do find out about their mother. She was a linguistics and wanted to teach monkeys and how to communicate with humans. And yeah, so it's not terrible. It's enjoyable. It is gruesome. Like one that's the car one. The death there is just like holy shit. He does a number on her in the car. I mean, it's violent. Yeah. And I don't know who, yeah. So yeah, this movie is not terrible. It isn't, I'm not going to read the plot or anything, but yeah. And this is something they bring at the beginning of the movie. Rabies used to have another name called hydrophobia, which means fear of water. But if you have rabies, and they show this in the movie, the rabies makes you afraid of water. Because you can't, you know, I tried, let me look up hydrophobia. Yeah, another name for rabies is phobia. I always screw this up. I think I got the right word. Hydrophobia. Here it is. What is hydrophobia? They call it, it's a fear, yeah, right here. This is another name for hydrophobia, rabies. Yeah. Viral, yeah. This is basically, there are some creatures who are immune to rabies. They're like raccoons. Now, I don't know about, you know, I know that, squirrels cannot, as far as I understand, cannot contract rabies. Thing is, there have been people who have survived rabies, yeah, that didn't get the shots or whatever, that essentially it's supposed to be if you get to the point where the animal or person's gone crazy, the only way to find out if you have it is to literally, they have to die. But if you don't get the shots, there has been, and I can show this, how many people have survived. Yeah, right here. How many people have survived after symptoms? Yeah, here's, yeah, okay. How many people's, okay. Confirmation of how many people have actually contracted, not been treated, and survived. The confirmed number of individuals who have absolutely survived rabies without receiving post-exposure that's PEP, or the Milwaukee Protocol treatment remains extremely low, with estimated ranging from around 10 to 20 documented cases globally. Yeah, these incidents are often associated with partial immunity or atypical rabies strains, making them exceptionally rare and not reasons to forego immediate. Yeah, it's very rare how many people have actually contracted and survived. Yeah, if you get rabies, get treated because your likelihood of surviving rabies is really low. Yeah, and this is the terrifying thing is what it does when you contract it can prevent the disease if given within 10 days. The rabies vaccine is 100% effective if given before symptoms. And by the way, in the movie, the younger sister in the movie, after getting bit, remember, we find out Ben has rabies. Okay, he bites the younger sister, which is, where is she in here? Right here. Erin. She gets bit in the leg by Ben, which means unless she gets treated, she's going to contract rabies. Yeah. And, cat contracting rabies is rare. I mean, most of the time, the only way to find out if someone has it is after they die. So yeah, this Ben definitely has rabies. He shows the signs of rabies. You can't reason with it because it dry. In animals, you'll see the foam, the saliva. That's a symptom of rabies. But yeah, this movie they make it very clear Ben has rabies, and it's a fine movie. It's not like the greatest thing ever, but it's in January. If you see it, I enjoyed it. Did I think it's the greatest thing? No, but I did enjoy the movie. So yeah, it's fun if you drink a bit or whatever. Don't take it too serious. Just go in, enjoy a slasher film with a monkey killing people. Yeah, and you come out going, oh, that was actually good. So yeah. So this is Gilgamesh. I will talk to you later. Bye.